They didn't just hate her voice, they feared what it stood for. The FBI hunted her all because she sang about black pain. Her name was Billie Holiday, and this story will leave you speechless.
Black girls. Billie Holiday's childhood wasn't just poor, it was unprotected. And much of that began with the complicated relationship she had with her mother.
Swinger who hated black people and hated her because of the song Strange Fruit had her arrested in her hospital bed. She was arrested in her fucking hospital bed.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Huh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just.
In 1939, a woman steps onto a stage in an integrated nightclub in Greenwich Village. The waiters stop serving. The room goes silent. The lights dim, like the world is holding its breath. And then she sings about bodies hanging from trees, a protest disguised as a torch song, a warning, a funeral. Her name is Billie Holiday, born Eleanora Fagan, and the song is Strange Fruit.
She sang the most dangerous song in America, and the government tried to destroy her. Billie Holiday performed Strange Fruit, a song about racism and lynching. The FBI hounded her for years, raided her hotel rooms, and arrested her on her bed. They silenced her voice, but her song still echoes through history.
Billie Holiday was born in 1915 in Philadelphia and spent much of her childhood in Baltimore, raised primarily by her mother. Her early years were unstable. Work was scarce, racism was everywhere, and the world she lived in didn't protect black girls. Billie Holiday's childhood wasn't just poor, it was unprotected. And much of that began with the complicated relationship she had with her mother. Billie Holiday was raised primarily by her mother, Sadie Fagan, later known as Sadie Harris. Sadie was very young, very poor, and navigating life as a black woman in early 20th century America, an era with almost no safety nets. Billie's childhood was marked by extreme poverty, constant moving between homes, long periods where she was left alone or placed with relatives or neighbors. Her mother often worked long hours or traveled for work, sometimes leaving Billie in unsafe environments. Billie later described her early life as chaotic, unprotected, and emotionally cold. This lack of stability shaped her lifelong sense of abandonment.
They didn't just hate her voice, they feared what it stood for. The FBI hunted her all because she sang about black pain. Her name was Billie Holiday, and this story will leave you speechless. She came from nothing, assaulted at 10, working in brothels at nearly 12 years old. But when she sang, her voice hit like velvet thunder. She toured with white bands in the segregated South. But while the crowd cheered, she was forced to sleep on the bus because hotels refused her. She wasn't allowed in dressing rooms. She had to walk through the kitchen to get to the stage. One time, a club told her, "Sing from the floor, you're not allowed on the bandstand." Imagine being the star of the show and still being treated like you didn't belong. Then came Strange Fruit, a haunting song about lynching. She closed every show with it. Lights out, one spotlight, no applause. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. And that's when the FBI declared her a threat. They arrested her.
In New York City, Holiday begins singing in clubs, small stages where the audience is tough and the competition is brutal. But she has something different, a voice that doesn't overpower. It confesses. She bends time inside a melody. She sings behind the beat, like she's remembering something as she performs it. Her career accelerates in the 1930s. She records, tours, and becomes one of jazz's most recognizable voices, Lady Day. Then comes a move that was rare and dangerous at the time. In 1938, Holiday is hired to perform with Artie Shaw's orchestra, becoming one of the first Black women to work and tour as a featured singer with a white band. It doesn't erase racism, it magnifies it. Hotels refuse her, restaurants turn her away, and still she gets on stage, night after night, because in that spotlight, she has something the world can't take. Strange Fruit was written by Abel Meeropol based on a poem about lynching. When Holiday first performed it at Cafe Society in 1939, the venue staged it like a ritual, no talking, no movement. Lights dimmed, and when the song ended, no encore, only darkness.
Well, to me, jazz is good music and a good feeling. And I'd like to say that everybody can't play jazz. And no one person originated it. No one person created it. I think you just have to have it in you.
Well, you
You have
concur.
to feel it, in other words.
You concur with our guests thus far, then, that jazz must be tied in pretty closely with improvising.
That's right.
Her label, Columbia, reportedly feared backlash and wouldn't record it, so Holiday recorded it with Commodore Records in 1939. It became her signature and one of the most haunting protest songs in American history. With fame comes money, then contracts, managers, control. Holiday's life becomes a loop: performance, exhaustion, racism, exploitation. And beneath the glamour, addiction takes hold.
By the mid-1940s, Billie Holiday was spending about $500 a week on drugs. She was a frequent drinker and a user of drugs like marijuana and even heroin. As a young woman, she was unconcerned if her indulgences would affect her musical career. But Billie's traumatic childhood is what makes us understand her a bit better. While struggling as a child with her mother to make ends meet, she was unfortunately raped at the age of 11. As she went on in life, her dependent personality and her desire to attach herself to people led to many physically violent relationships. The irony of all this is that she was a singer that could freeze people in their seats from her emotional singing. And she was struggling with things that she was never taught.
She also writes from lived experience. God Bless the Child, co-written with Arthur Herzog Jr., becomes one of her defining songs. It's not just a hit, it's a worldview. If you don't have it, you don't get it. In 1947, Holiday is arrested and convicted on narcotics charges. She is sentenced to the federal prison camp at Alderson, West Virginia. Afterward, New York City revokes her cabaret card, a policy that prevented performers with certain records from appearing in venues serving alcohol. That means many of the clubs she built her career in are now off limits. This is the part people often miss. Even when she's free, the system still keeps her from working.
So we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence, and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to. It has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick about the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you will need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations, and also So I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels, and let's see, a 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol is there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil looks like, all that, and the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell, and basically
Holiday adapts. If she can't sing in nightclubs, she performs in theaters and concert venues. In 1956, she brings her story to Carnegie Hall, tied to her autobiography, Lady Sings the Blues. The title alone feels like a prophecy, because the blues in her life is not a genre, it's a biography. By 1959, Holiday's health collapses. She's hospitalized in New York with severe illness. Accounts widely describe liver and heart complications tied to years of substance abuse. While she is in the hospital, federal narcotics agents come to her room and place her under arrest. On July 17, 1959, Billie Holiday dies at just 44 years old.
It's the fact that they said Billie Holiday died from an overdose of heroin, but in reality, she died from a liver failure that was made fatal by being denied proper medical care. A racist FBI agent by the name of Harry Esslinger, who hated black people and hated her because of the song Strange Fruit, had her arrested in her hospital bed. She was arrested in her fucking hospital bed and kept under guard and denied her treatment, which ultimately led to her passing away. We have to fucking talk about Billie Holiday because honestly, a lot of people don't know this. Everyone needs to get the book Black AF History because, I mean, if it's not obvious now, it's a good book. But it talks about a lot of our musicians and how they were murdered by the CIA and how the CIA had their eyes on them the entire fucking time, especially when they started talking about racial issues like Billie Holiday did. Now, if you don't know the song Strange Fruit, it's about all of the lynchings that occurred in Georgia, and they were still happening during the time of Billie Holiday's lifetime. And Strange Fruit was about the part of Georgia that had a lot of peaches, and these peaches were grown basically from, you know, the fertile soil, and even that was basically black people's bodies that were being made into fucking fertilizer for these peaches to grow these big beautiful peaches and trees. But it was basically about the lynchings that happened on these trees and just the whole situation and racism involving Georgia. Once she sang this song, her career was never the same. And she did eventually get addicted to drugs, but that was not what unalived her. What unalived her was the fact that she was denied medical care. Well, a lot of black people are denied. And she went in there for liver failure. They did not let her have dialysis. They did not let her have any kind of treatment, even though she begged for it. And she ultimately passed away and succumbed to her illness. Harry Esslinger was one of the CIA agents that started the war on drugs. This book talks about that shit. Like I said, everybody needs to get this book. It teaches your kids about how the war on drugs was never about helping people get off drugs or even about rehabilitating people who were on drugs. It literally was about fucking control. And this man by the name of Harry Esslinger was, you know, he was trying to get drugs off the street. And this was in the 1930s. And it's the same reason why MJ, or the devil's lettuce, is illegal in so many parts of the United States. He was extremely racist, and he argued that marijuana should be illegal because he said it causes black people to act the way they do. He said it causes us to act like, and this is a quote, we're equal to white people, and promotes race mixing. Fuck Harry Esslinger, and rest in peace to Billie Holiday. Everybody needs to grab this book, and I'm going to leave at the end of this video a clip of her performing Strange Fruit. Thanks for watching.
Because Billie Holiday was under constant government surveillance, some have questioned whether people close to her were ever pressured, monitored, or used by authorities. While no evidence proves her husband was an informant, the level of scrutiny surrounding her life created an atmosphere where trust was fragile and paranoia understandable. Now, Here's what must be said carefully. There is strong evidence that Holiday was aggressively pursued under the drug enforcement system of her era, a system shaped by racism and punitive ideas about addiction. Some modern accounts argue her activism and strange fruit intensified the attention, but historians also debate how direct the link is, whether there was a provable federal campaign specifically to stop her from singing the song, or whether her prosecution reflected broader, brutal drug enforcement practices of the time. Either way, the result looks the same. A woman who turned terror into art was punished in life and canonized in death.
How beautiful you are. You'll basically seal your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence, and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to. It has one for to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick about the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you will need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations, and also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels, and let's see, a 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol is there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil look like, all that, and the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell, and basically